Good Wednesday. Where you at? Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Good Wednesday and happy noon, you guys. Wednesday, also known as Wealth Wednesday. So today we're going to be talking about all things related to your wealth game. And with regards to that, normally on Wealth Wednesdays, we talk about obviously things that are related to a wealth generating engine or vehicle.
Specifically on Wednesdays, we have decided to make this very much about multi-level marketing. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
That scary acronym.
Yeah.
That's called networking and sharing what you believe in with your friends and loved ones because you know it will help them.
Yeah. And the reason why we talk about multi-level marketing is because it is a wealth engine or a wealth vehicle, whatever you want to call it, that each and every person has the opportunity to, right?
That anybody can do.
Right. The reality is if you want to build your wealth, you need to, everybody starts with active income, but over time you need to have passive income that exceeds your expenses.
And is predictable.
And unless you are born into an extremely wealthy family that is going to, by the time you're 8, already give you a real estate portfolio that's the size of Florida, then you're going to have to go and generate it. Okay. And though some jobs that you may have could actually be, a job that's within a wealth engine. The reality is that most of the time that's not the case, but everybody has the opportunity to join multi-level marketing.
It's trading time for money, which is what pretty much anybody who has a job does.
Mm-hmm.
But it's trading time for money where in the long run, if you continue trading that time, the amount of money made will compound and there will be a lot more money made for the same time put in to make the money. And it's predictable. So,
yeah.
Assuming you are representing and sharing something that you truly believe in.
Yeah. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about the biggest risk with regards to MLM. Okay. And before we even get into it, for those of you guys who may not know, we are affiliated with a multi-level marketing company. We're affiliated with XND for a multitude of reasons. Your first biggest risk with multi-level.
Are you okay with words today? Or
I don't
what?
know. It's Wednesday. Your first.
I think it's Wednesday. Can somebody tally and count how many times? 3.
I'm already up to
3. 3. What did you say on the other one? Good.
Look, whatever. So, the biggest first risk with regards to multi-level marketing is not doing your research and just joining a multi-level marketing just because. If you haven't taken the products, if you haven't done some research to see how long they've been around, then could definitely bite you in the ass.
Well, it's just then it's a matter of how can you talk about.
Well, most people when they go into MLM, they don't have sales experience.
Okay, great. Selling, sharing, influencing, inspiring, helping, all these things can fall into the selling category. You told me this morning, somebody who has a wildly successful CrossFit business. Everybody in the CrossFit community who's been in the CrossFit community for a while, who has, been to any events, whatever, knows who this gym owner is. They coach a lot of CrossFit Games athletes. And he said that he hates the idea of selling anything, selling himself or anything. And I'm like, you are a liar. You are so unaware of the fact that when you share something, when you encourage somebody, when you share a story that somebody can relate to that helps them take a forward action, you're selling. You don't even have to open your mouth to sell something. You make a post on social media. You make a story of you drinking a protein shake. You're selling something. You do not get wildly successful by not selling, period. That doesn't mean that you're in somebody's face like Sarit and I get at the end of a TKC. Yeah, no doubt about it. Why? Because we can help you. So we're going to get up in there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you, anytime that you don't have to be in somebody's face to be selling. All you guys sell on a daily basis. So anyways, nobody knows, like, people just don't understand the science of how to get somebody to understand that this thing is going to benefit them and erase the skepticism. That's it. That's the skill that a lot of people don't have, which is why they think selling is hard or a bad thing. Okay. So,
talking about the biggest risk in MLM.
Biggest risk in MLM.
I think you had a thought.
Yeah, you said something. I don't know why I went on. That was a tangent I went on.
Yes, you went on a tangent.
There was a purpose for it, and I'm sure I'll interrupt you at some point, like I normally do, and when I remember it.
Okay, so aside from the first part, like, look, like you gotta be taking the stuff. Like, it's gonna be okay. Go
I remember it. It's that, if you join an MLM and you don't know, you're just like, yeah, this is the way to make money. But then you find out, like, you don't believe in the product. You will be ineffective. Try to sell somebody something that you wouldn't buy. That shit's tricky. That is the snakiness that people associate with somebody who's selling something. Is they associate it with somebody who's selling something that they wouldn't themselves purchase. That's why it's so important that we say, take the products, know about the products, know your story and how the products have helped you and benefited you, because that's the only way you even have a chance of being successful in whatever multi-level marketing or network marketing company you are a part of. Okay.
Yeah. So once you're there, the biggest risks. Number one, this one's mental. It's your self-doubt. Do or die, baby. You might as well die by doing the wrong thing than die by not doing anything at all. Self-doubt is the killer of all dreams, all aspirations, because all self-doubt leads to is indecision by default. You have an opportunity standing in front of you. You can either get outside of your comfort zone, talk to that person, make a connection, or if you have self-doubt, you're going to be like, but what if I sound stupid? If you haven't been on your, like, body transformation game, you might feel like, but what if they're going to see how my shirt's popping out of my pants and I look weird? Like, your self-doubt is going to stop you when the opportunity shows itself and you're not going to take it.
Because you're more concerned about what somebody else is thinking about what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're promoting, than your ability to actually serve them.
Because look, you guys, you're more concerned with yourself than you are with that person.
You're more concerned about what somebody will think about you.
Yes.
Than how you can help them. If self-doubt is the thing, you're focusing more on the things that you doubt about you and how somebody else might perceive you than the opportunity that you have to serve them.
And that's why self-development is so important, because you're never going to be able to get outside of your own self if you do not grow beyond your current self right now.
And like body confidence,
That's huge.
This is like, I wish I could have a room full of, I wish I could speak to a room full of every single network marketer that is selling a health and wellness product. Because if you don't have full confidence in your own health and wellness, how effective are you getting somebody else to buy in to their health and wellness? That's not even a product you're selling, but you have to be sold on you first. So I wish I could have a room full of, and that's not to say, certain people, if you weigh this or you weigh that, you're not confident. Everybody's different and it ranges. If you are, let's say you're still overweight and, by whatever definition or terms, but you've lost 60 pounds. You're probably way more confident than you were 60 pounds ago. Doesn't matter what you weigh now, you have confidence because of what you've accomplished. So it doesn't matter, what you weigh or what you look like. It matters that you're working on yourself in the way that you're going to recommend somebody else work on themselves. Right?
Yeah.
And the more you achieve in your own life in that degree, the more confidence you have that this person is going to trust what you have to say because I've practiced what I preached and you can see it. Go to my Instagram. See all my before and after photos? That's me.
And this is not just with MLM. This is with like sales, anything. Like if you want to be like remotely successful, you have to be a product of the product. So, like for any of you guys who are in MLM or maybe you're curious about getting into it, like ask yourself right now, like based on whatever the brand that you want to support stands for, like, am I a product of the product?
Do I believe what they believe?
Yeah. Do I look like I'm a representation of them? Because if not, then that's going to be your first struggle. You're not going to have an easy time getting beyond yourself when there is an opportunity. Now, the universe always presents us with opportunities, but success goes for those who chase the opportunities. Yeah. Product of the product. You gotta be a representation of the product, and if you're not, then that's your step one. Because otherwise, you're not gonna take advantage of the opportunity.
There'll always be this kind of like underlying fear or insecurity.
Yeah.
To be honest.
70% of those who join network marketing don't even sell a single customer. Think about that. For 70% of the people, that's probably their first thing. They're not a product of the product and they have self-doubt. We all have access to people, be it your mom, your grandma, your aunt. Some of you guys may be more social. You may have more access to people, but the truth is that we all have an equal opportunity because we all live in the same world that has the same population.
And, to cradle you a little bit, we all have self-doubt.
Yeah.
In varying degrees, at different times, some in larger quantities than others.
Some around a certain time of the month.
We all have insecurities in different quantities and about different things and to different degrees. And it's about learning it's about being aware of what those things are for you. And then making improvements so you can lessen the insecurity and build the confidence. And it's just a work in progress, but the more action you take, the more confidence you have. So it doesn't matter if you have a perfect, whatever that even means, body or, not attitude, you should have a great attitude, personality, or whatever. The fact is that every single individual person is going to resonate with different people on different levels or not at all. So by you being you attracts the people who are going to be the easiest for you to get on board. But if you're, if you have that level of confidence and you're taking action daily, you're doing your workouts, you're becoming aware, just self-aware of who you are, what you want, who you want to be, and you're taking the actions to just get closer and closer, day by day, step by step, then you are going to build your confidence. That's all it takes. It doesn't take a perfect body. It doesn't take a perfect personality. Again, what do those even mean? It takes consistent action over time. You build your confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's point number one. Okay.
Was that the thing that I said right before we got on the thing?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. Okay, number two.
Number two.
Who does number two work for?
Fear of rejection.
We've
all been there before. But the question is, for how long are you going to have fear of rejection? Now, fear of rejection could be a bit of a self-development area of opportunity, but what it really is, it is a mechanical issue. And I'm going to give you guys an example. If you had 1,000 people in the room, okay, and you were to share a product with 1,000 people in the room, let's say I actually have one of the sample stuff in here. Let's say if you were to share this thing, right, with 1,000 people in the room, and 10 people were like, nah, I don't want it. Would you even remember that they said that? No. Now,
you're going to focus on what?
On the other ones who are taking it. There is an abundance of people who want it versus a few who don't.
Okay, so what if you asked one person and one person said no?
That's where I'm going to. So now, if you asked only one person and that person said, nah, why are you asking me about this all of a sudden? What is this thing?
I don't want to buy your stuff.
What is this thing you're doing? Are you trying to sell me? Yes, I am. Then, you're going to have more of an uneasy time with it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when you're a people pleaser, you want to please people, right? And especially at the beginning, you may have a hard time with no. But the reality is that 80% of your sales are going to come after the 5th contact.
After the 5th time you ask somebody or talk to somebody.
Most people don't even follow up after the 1st time.
How many times did you see an Erin and Sarit ad before you clicked on that shit? You probably don't even know. Probably in your subconscious. Some of you, like 40 times, you're like, fuck, okay, fine. Can't get away from these girls. Takes a while.
Yeah, it takes time. But, if you are struggling with fear of rejection, then what you have is a mechanical issue. You need to go and you need to get yourself more people. Because by the end of the day, it is all a numbers game. It is all a numbers game. Some people are going to say yes off the bat. Some people are going to say yes after 10 contacts. Some people are going to say yes after 100 contacts because maybe they're inspired by how persistent you are. And maybe they want to test you.
Some people will get mad about how persistent you are.
Some people are going to get mad. And they may even complain about it, and that's okay. But if you knew that 999 not even 990, but 900 people were to say yes, when you're in a room of 10,000 people, you're going to be like, shit, dude, 900 people. You're not even going to remember about the rest. Okay. So know that if you struggle with fear of rejection, you have what we call a pipeline issue. Okay. You need to learn like basic marketing and basic prospecting skills. That's really all it is, which is a part of self-development.
This is a perfect example.
100x.
Darling tree, 100 times. A whole year went by, remember? I said, you should do this thing. Whole year went by. You ended up doing it a year later. If you stay in contact with people and you have a solution to their problem, at some point, they will see the solution great enough to give it a try. At least 5 times, at least
Shri,
25
I love
times,
your
at least
name.
10 times.
I love your name.
There was something else I was going to say too. Yes. When was the last time somebody, when was the last time somebody said no to you? Could be a kid, it could be a parent, it could be a spouse, could be, when was the last time somebody said no to you guys? I want to see it in the chat.
For all you 12-year-olds, I really hope your spouse didn't say no to you in the bedroom.
Hey, when was the last time somebody said no to you? Probably happens daily, actually.
Yeah.
When was the last time somebody said no? In some degree. I don't want to do that. I don't like that. No, not right now.
Yeah, like 10 minutes ago.
What'd they say?
I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah, we don't have to do a name, but it's like, somebody said something that means no.
Somebody said no.
So, what happened? Did anybody die?
No.
People are going to say no.
And that doesn't mean no.
No means, I used to tell my mom, maybe means yes. So, okay. Every time she'd say maybe, because maybe is a smoke screen. Maybe is like, I don't want to make a decision, which tells me you have bigger problems than whatever I'm asking you for. I'm in sales an hour ago. My kids, a few minutes ago, you guys, did anybody die? Hopefully not. Somebody did. My condolences. But I'm sure it didn't have anything to do with the fact that the word no was said. So, it's like, and okay, another question, and I'm going to relate these two with a statement that I have said before, and it's like one of my favorite statements. Who has tried ever in their life? Actually, who can do a set of at least 10 knee push-ups?
A set of at least 10 knee push-ups.
Even Erin and Sarit have told me no. And then came back around and told me yes to things. Yeah, I mean, not every time's the right time. Okay, push-ups. Let's see the push-ups, people. Fran, this I'm guessing is actually Stacy on our account, maybe, or Daniela. Me, okay, UTC girls can rock them push-ups. I can. Yeah. Who else? I know you guys can do some push-ups. Trisha, come on, baby. We got push-ups in the house all day. Okay. When was the first time you ever tried to do a push-up? And how hard was that shit?
Mm-hmm.
You're like this.
How about the first pull-up?
Pull-up, like most women still can't do a pull-up. But my point is, everything is hard until
it's
in the comments, everything is hard until what? Who's going to be the first one? Everything is hard until, nope, you're close, Teresa. Everything is hard until it's not.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, here they
Winner of
come,
the
here they come, here they
day.
come, here they come, here they come, here they come. Yes. Okay. Everything is hard until it's not. You guys have been listening to Espresso. Look, if you keep doing something, eventually it's not hard anymore. You get told no over and 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 over. Eventually you just don't care anymore. You're like, okay, not now. You just make up your own idea of what no means. Okay, not now. So then the rejection, if we're talking about fear of rejection, it's like your skin gets thicker where you need it to be thicker. There's some places I've got really thick fucking skin and you can't touch me. And then there's some places.
Elephant skin, dry, hard, thick. I've never
Any
touched
other
an elephant.
any other
but I've seen
adjectives? Look, there's places where I have such thick skin, but there's intentional places where I leave softness. Because sometimes that's what people need.
one.
But when you have the panel, what's it called? The switchboard, the control board, whatever, and you've got all the buttons and knobs, and you know what switch to flip when you need it, that's power and that's control.
Wow.
Wow.
You want to talk to us about the last time you said no?
So when you do something enough times, it's no big deal eventually. It's no big deal. Easy for, no problem.
Easy for baby.
No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
First time I tried to not pee in the house, I failed. And the second time, and the third time, and the fourth time, and the fifth time, but now I don't pee in the house no more. I got really good at peeing outside.
Yep, no problem.
Everything is hard until it's not.
Mm-hmm. The next one, a really important one. And it's really important, especially in MLM, because MLM doesn't nearly have as much risk as a regular business does.
There's like none.
Right. And that's why a lot of times most people don't take it seriously because it's not a do or die situation.
You have nothing to lose.
But here's the thing. The next point is not investing in yourself and not investing enough in yourself. In order to earn more, that's just a byproduct of your self-development, because it's a byproduct of you acquiring more skills with regards to the business model, with regards to marketing, with regards to sales and persuasion, closing, prospecting, all these things. These are all a set of skill sets that you have to make it your duty and obligation to develop. And thinking that these things are just going to come to you, yes, they could. You can learn all the things from experience, but here's what I can tell you with regards to that, is that for one, you have to be super hyper aware so that you can understand when you're about to make a mistake, what was the mistake you made last time, and how you need to switch it around. And sometimes you're going to have to make the same mistake a couple of times in order to understand that that was not the right thing. Now, if you want to fast track your progress, you need to make it a point to invest in yourself. And especially learn from people who have proven success and have been there and done that. Because ultimately, that is how you're going to fast track your results. With regards to anything in life, truthfully. But, with MLM, because a lot of people, go into it like it's not the main thing. I feel like it's only the main thing. Like if you go into it when you were like 16 or something and somebody introduced you to it, you know, by the time you're 20, if that's the only thing you've done, you know, it's probably your full-time thing. But if it's a part-time thing, it's easy to not make something a top priority. Because when it comes to your priorities, right, it's like, how are we spending all of our resources, our time, our energy, and our money? And you have to put all of your resources into this one thing. So because most people don't invest enough time in MLM, don't invest enough energy in MLM, like their mistakes take too long, and they do not invest money in courses, classes, workshops, whatever. That's why 70% of people who start an MLM like don't even like have one customer.
And even out of those 70, I'm going to go somewhere with this.
Yeah.
Out of those 70, there's probably like two that end up building like a legitimate business. But why? Because they treated it like an actual business. If you don't talk to somebody today, you're closed.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, you know, if you're doing any kind of MLM, it's hard. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Shit's hard. But all things that are worth having are usually hard. You feel so good too when you've accomplished it. The same with weight loss. It's hard, but it doesn't have to be complicated. You can continue to learn as you go. You can continue to grow and develop yourself. But how many people have you talked to this week? How many new conversations have you started with different people? And how far have your conversations go with anybody that you had started a conversation with before? If you're like, oh, I didn't talk to anybody in the last few days, that's simple. That's your problem. That's where you're stuck. You haven't talked to anybody. Money, which is the exchange point, right? Somebody buys something. If they want to do the thing, they give money and then they get the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to get to that point, like, money has to flow. Stagnant money will find somewhere to live. It will find somewhere to live.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't pay attention to it, it's going to go somewhere. Okay. So now if money has to flow, then you have to be okay to give up some of yours to learn something or do something or grow in some way or put yourself in the right environment or whatever it is. Some events Sarit and I pay for are simply to be around the people that are there. Mm-hmm. So you have to also understand your intention. Why am I exchanging this money? What's my intention? What do I want to get out of this? But when you do that, when you give that up, you make room for money to come back to you. Somebody has your money and you have somebody else's money. That's how it goes. It's got to keep moving around. It's got to keep moving around. If money gets bored, it finds a place to go. Mm-hmm. So don't have the fear of investing your money in yourself to get better at things. But you also have to understand, like, continue to talk to people, open new conversations. People have your money. We, Sarit and I, we have your money and you have our money. Mm-hmm. And Danny has Nina's money and Nina has Crystal's money and Tree has Courtney's money and Lauren has somebody else's money.
That's how we drive an economy. That's
economy. It just has to move. So if you don't talk to people, you don't get money.
But if you don't talk to people, you're probably stuck in problem number one, which is your self-doubt.
Maybe, could be self-doubt. A lot of times I feel like this community could also often be like a paralysis by, I don't know
I
enough.
don't know all the things.
You're never going to know all the things until you start doing things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Remember what we said a few weeks ago, or maybe a couple months ago, is that anything worth doing is worth doing bad at first. and it's going to be done bad. If you have never picked up a bat, a baseball bat, if you go to the batting cages, you put your helmet on, they ask you to shake your head. You can't see anything. You're like, where do I stand in this square? They're like, no, not in the square. That's where the ball goes. Or maybe the square is on the outside. I don't know. But if you pick up a baseball bat for the first time, you go in the batting cages, and you're like, the ball comes, and it just goes, vroom, and you're like, well, shit, I didn't even swing. Well, if I want to hit a ball, I better try to swing. Put it back on your shoulder. Next one comes. You're like, shit. It hits the mat. Missed it. Okay, let me try again. And you just keep swinging. Just keep swinging. That is every time somebody says no to you. Shoot, no, fuck. All right, another ball is going to come. You know? So you never hit the ball if you never swing at it. You got to start conversations. You don't have to know everything. I don't even know how to put the helmet on. I probably put the shit on backwards first. I can still swing the bat. You know, and then you learn. You're like, oh, helmet's on backwards. If I could see, I would have a better opportunity. So then you turn the helmet around. Now I can see. Okay, I learned something. Boom. That one was swung too high. Shoot. Okay, I'm going to swing a little lower next time. And you adjust. But you have to swing to learn. So don't think you're going to know everything.
Yeah. And
so
something
so good. Did not say that.
So one more thing with regards to not investing enough in yourself is the biggest spiritual problem that comes with not investing enough in yourself is that what people don't realize is that their prospects, customers' objections are their own objections. So if you do not invest enough in yourself, what you're going to hear very often is, this is too expensive and I'm not going to buy it. Because this is what you tell yourself.
Because you believe it.
Yeah, because you believe it. But if you don't believe it because you go out of your way to make an investment in yourself, and then somebody's like, man, like the Omega D3, it's like so much cheaper at Costco. But if you understand the value of investment because this is how you live your life, then you can authentically speak into that. Otherwise, they're going to sell you on why they're being cheap and why their mindset is skewed because they don't know the difference between an expense and an investment. That's all it is. So
there you go.
That's all we got for you guys for today. For those of you guys who are watching, if you are looking to jump into a wealth engine or a wealth vehicle, then Team XND is an amazing opportunity. Like we said before, don't just take our word for it. You'll want to make sure that you want to try their stuff first, because otherwise you're going to have a really hard time selling something that you yourself have not taken. So you can definitely go ahead and check them out. Also, if you just want to jump on board and join Team XND, just talk to us about it or talk to one of our team members about it. They're all a part of Team XND. And
Stacy, when we put this on YouTube, can you drop a link below to the actual join and save and join and share and join, whatever the thing is?
What, to join Team XND?
Yeah, for Team XND.
Yeah.
Put that link in the description below.
Yeah, you guys, we're working on building a massive team because, we talk about this every single day. Like, we're on a mission to transform the lives of millions through the same movement, nutrition, lifestyle, and financial habits that have transformed ours. Okay? All of our programs and services are with regards to we're on a mission to transform lives through movement, nutrition, and lifestyle habits, right?
And financial.
And financial. We also have a program with regards to that. And XND is the vehicle to help you drive you there with regards to all things financial. So it's a massive opportunity. Obviously, us ourselves are taking the opportunity our entire team is taking the opportunity, because that's a part of our growth strategies. And model, mimic, and master, dude. Like, we're just here to share the love with you guys, because that's the name of the game. So speaking about sharing the love, if you're on Team XND and you have people in your downline, you need to make it a point that they spend time listening to these episodes. So do them a favor and do yourself a favor, and please share these episodes with them, because we drop some bomb information with regards to that.
And look, when we see there's people somewhere in our downline that are really working it, and we have people that want to buy stuff, or we have people who are interested in becoming customers, we reward them. We're doing our best to feed people who are really proving that they're working it. So consider that too.
Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of investments, for anybody who wants to learn more about everything with regards to money and finances, marketing and sales, we have our 10X Accelerator program. And, whoever is in it, you guys, I'm sure, can speak into it. But, we're really accelerating your life's goals. So, feel free to email admin or message Erin or one of our team members. And, we're happy to share with you guys more information with regards to that.
I would say, though, like one of our team members, the people who know the most about it are going to be Crystal, Lauren, Ashley, me, Sarit, Stacy. Yeah.
Yeah, so talk to us if you want more information with regards to that. Other than that, you guys, we hope that you found value from today's episode. We will catch you on the flip side tomorrow at noon, and we're going to be talking about all things lifestyle. So that being said, we hope that you have a beautiful day, and we'll see you then. Take care. Bye.